Yeah, mate. We're just about to start filming.
Hey dudes, I'm Nelson. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws, brought to you by our good friends at Top Sport. Don't forget to like and subscribe every weekend. 15 minutes.
I think I better sit this out, mate. Seeing stars.
Mate, what a weekend of rugby league we had.
It was good fun. A lot of emotion.
Some results that we didn't think were going to go the way that they did. A couple of upsets, a couple of real close games. Teams fighting for their seasons. Gave us a really entertaining round of rugby league.
It did.
But some controversy that always comes out of it. Now, game between the West Tigers and the North Queensland Cowboys, it ended up being a really, really good game anyway.
Yep.
But Justin Olam was dismissed from the field in the 49th minute, straight send-off, direct forceful contact to the chin with the shoulder.
Yep.
I don't think the referee had any option but to send Justin Olam off.
Oh, careful what you say.
But this has come out over the weekend. Do you think the West Tigers and the teams down the bottom of the competition are refereed differently than the teams at the top of the competition? Because I'm going to make a counterpoint to the yes argument.
Okay, well, I'll go the no then. Just quickly, yeah, I'm okay with the send-off. If it had been a sin bin, I'm not sitting here blowing up. But I thought it was more a send-off than not. Now, that's upset some Tigers fans who say I have no idea about the game. Whatever, that may be true. But you run out and you lead with the shoulder and you cop him in the chin. You run the risk, he paid the price.
And the referee was clear when he said you had his whole body to go at and you hit his chin. In the face.
And it did hit his chin. People that are saying it didn't need to watch the replay. It did hit the chin. You can argue the force, blah, blah, blah. Send off, it's in the books now. No, look, the referees aren't good enough to one way or another. They cannot do it. Someone accused Casey Badger of having her husband in the South box. She's not a good enough referee to go, oh, that's the wrong decision, but I'm going to make it anyway. It's not that she would. Please don't take me out of context. They're not good enough to rig games. We saw multiple awful decisions go against multiple teams all weekend. It's the ones down the bottom who lose that have time to sit and go, oh yeah, but this and this happened. If you win by 20 points, who cares? You might have had the most egregious decision ever go against you. You're too busy celebrating a win, you don't have time. Meanwhile, the teams that lose often, who are often the most ill-disciplined teams, I wonder if that's connected, sit and break it down and go, if this and this had gone our way, we would have won. Then you got blokes who sit there looking for engagement and go, if that's Jared Weir-Hargraves, that's 11 weeks. If that's Kalen Ponga. And then an hour later, when it is Kalen Ponga, they don't say anything, which gives idiot fans who, thank you for watching, sit there and make these comments and convince themselves that it is. No, they're not refereed differently.
Yeah, I saw lots of people say about the Isaac Tungo on Kalen Ponga. Should that have been a send-off? I don't think that was a send-off, but that was definitely a sin bin. I think they got it wrong.
The refs don't do themselves any favours.
I think the video referee made the decision that because they were taking the try off of them, it would have looked harsh if they went, actually, we're going to take the try off you and sin bin your player. When the video referee needed to say, hang on a minute, we're taking the try off and we're sin binning the player. There was the Kalen Ponga shot in turn to Isaac Tungo, which was ruled as a penalty, which I didn't even think was a penalty.
No, he got him on the chest and the ball.
On the chest. I do want to say, though, that if anyone turns around and says the teams at the bottom of the competition or the lower teams in the bottom four referee differently, I just want to point out two incidents that happened in the Cronulla Sharks game on Saturday night. Royce Hunt took a hit up, got dominated, which is pretty tough to do because Royce is a big man. And when he was on the ground, got a nice little elbow to the head from Cameron Murray. I'm all good with that. We put a kick down, Cronulla put a kick down in the second half, absolutely thumped the winger that was on debut, and Jesse Ramien's elbow went over the top of his face, bang, penalty. Jesse Ramien was put on report.
I think it was Jai Gray, wasn't it? Because he hit his head on the ground.
It was.
And went over. I copped a lot during the week of negativity to my Tigers article, surprise, surprise. People said, yeah, but the refs this, the refs that. If your entire argument is that the referees are terrible, you're in trouble because they are terrible.
They are terrible.
Two things happen within a minute, two separate things. That's going to keep happening while you got Graham Annesley and Jared Maxwell, who keeps escaping criticism just quietly, saying and letting it go. But I still don't believe they're different.
I want to bring this up to you as well. So Saturday night, down in Melbourne, we see the ball throwing incident.
What are you talking about, man?
A scuffle breaks out. Grant Atkins pulls the teams apart. calls out Moses Sully with Ben Hunt and says, "You've run from the other side of the field and you brushed past me. You ran into me." Moses Sully wasn't charged.
Well, he should be charged.
Yeah.
Graham Annesley said that
Grant Atkins actually said, "You ran past me and you brushed me."
So the referee's getting it on the way home.
Yeah.
Annesley says it's cool.
Anyway, going back to the point, I don't think the Tigers are ref any different. I just think they're a bad football team.
No argument there.
Now, Cory Horsburgh started the year pretty well for Canberra. Has seen himself fall out of the team. Trey Mooney, Arda Moriara, the likes have come into the Canberra side now. Made the forward pack a little bit better. So Cory Horsburgh has requested a release to have
very publicly.
To have the opportunity to speak to other clubs. No biters so far.
No, it doesn't shock me. This is a bloke who played a couple or an Origin or two and has his games, but is mostly known for being a bloke that you can needle and get an easy penalty and get him sin binned. He's going to need to overcome that. What he needs to do is stop being a flip in New South Wales Cup. We saw him sent off for throwing punches the other week. This is an Origin... Yeah, it was a great shot. This is an Origin level middle forward who shouldn't be playing New South Wales Cup. He should be starting for a first grade team. He's down there getting needled and throwing punches. What NRL club looks at that and goes, yeah, he's the guy we need?
I'll tell you what, I think the Dolphins could do with him.
Talent-wise, I agree. They're losing Pangai Jr., they're losing a lot of talent.
Yeah.
But again, what's he done in the last 12 weeks to put himself in? Nothing positive.
He's done nothing. At the moment, I'd say that his best bet would be a spot in the Super League.
Yeah.
I think an NRL club will take a punt on him. As I said, I think his best bet at the moment would be the Dolphins.
He's in a situation where he can't say, I'll take a lesser contract anyway. So he's contracted to Canberra. Now, unless Canberra outright release him, leaving him with nothing, it's a weird situation. I think he'll get picked up. There's a lot of players, a lot of teams rather, that could do with a fully fit and firing Cory Horsburgh. He's played Origin, but he's got to prove it for himself. Now, the whole idea that they've had a falling out, he and Ricky Stewart's not a particularly patient coach. As we see, we don't know him personally, obviously. And Cory Horsburgh doesn't look like a bloke who can take criticism well, because you've seen him cry and flip off fans when they gave him a serve and stuff. Bit of a volatile situation. I'd like to see him outside of that, under a coach that's a little bit more, less like Ricky Stewart.
He just screams Dolphins player, but I'd love to see him at the Titans under Dez.
That'd be cool to see.
But yeah, I definitely think Dolphins would be the perfect landing spot for him. Can you do a top 5 landing
I'm doing a top 5. They'll be landing on 0 tackle, hopefully by the time this comes out. So yes, absolutely.
Perfect. Right, now a few weeks back, you were ready to write the Brisbane Broncos off, and how correct you were. Got flogged by little brother on the weekend. Absolutely pulverised, and to make matters worse, Payne Haas out for the year. Ezra Mam not far behind him.
Yeah, it wasn't good for Brisbane, but look, they got a lot more problems than losing to the Titans, which in itself is a problem. You had Kevin Walters all week facing questions. You had ex-players come out and say, I'm not sure Adam Reynolds is the right bloke to lead the club. Well, if not him, then who? You've had Carrigan and Haas up in front, ask some ridiculous questions, to the point where I think Walters shut down a press conference during the week. He's like, I'm not going to answer that, that's ridiculous. They sort of walked out very quickly. All's not well up there. Nope. You know, it's very difficult to go from a grand final and lose the way they do, because let's be honest, they should be the champions right now. They should be the premiers. If not for an almighty choke and a Nathan Cleary 10 out of 10, 25 minutes, I don't think they've overcome that. Some things have gone against them, but again, I go back to Penrith. Some things went against them and they didn't get down. There's some real problems at Brisbane, and I wouldn't be worried about finals football. That's long gone. Yeah,
Flegler and Herbie Farnworth were bigger losses than they ever thought they could overcome.
Big time. They signed Fletcher Baker, though.
Yeah, they did sign Fletcher Baker, who's
really bad.
Really bad.
I'm going to say it. He's really bad.
Yeah, look, Brisbane, this is a season they're going to want to forget, but you have to have a look. Since Walters has been in charge, 2020, they came last. 2021 was no good. 2022, they were in the top 8 for a very, very long time. They crashed out. 2023, they lost a grand final. 2024, they're not in the finals. He's got one run to his name.
Yep, big time. With a superstar, everything.
Lineup, yeah.
And look, Reece Walsh, I know, look, what happened to him in Origin 1 did really stunt his year. So I'm not going to jump on him. I still think he's an absolute magician of a footballer. There's too much on Payne Haas. There's too much on Pat Carrigan. And when Haas went down and Carrigan had to step up double, they're just broken. It's just not been their year. But I think Walters needs to step back and just have a look in the off-season and just calm everything down, temper expectations. Ezra Mam's absolutely fallen off a cliff in a big way. And Katoni Staggs is a shell of what he was.
I didn't even know he was playing on the weekend until Alofa
Burn him, yes. Yeah, I like him as a player on the football field, but they've just not been their season. What can I say?
It hasn't been their season. It's done and dusted. Another team we can put a line through. Now, one of the worst kept secrets in rugby league, Stefano Utoikamanu has signed with the Melbourne Storm on a 3 or 4 year deal. Huge deal. Big money.
Huge deal.
Great pickup for the Storm. It's very, very rare you see them go to the market and pick up a superstar player.
Potential superstar.
Yeah, potential superstar. Now, that's what I was going to say. I'm not saying Stefano is a superstar at the moment.
Played Origin.
He has played Origin. He will get there. Great, great pickup for them. And it's scary that Melbourne had the money to go and get him.
Well, everyone's come out and said, the Saracats broken. You're leaving the worst team in the NRL for arguably the best. Probably the second best now, but arguably the best. They're leading the comp. It's pretty embarrassing for Stefano. I think he's going to look back at this and be pretty down on himself, but he'll be doing so in multiple top 8 opportunities. I think he'll get over it.
I don't think you can lay the amount of blame on Stefano that people are laying on him, though.
I would. Double down.
Let me tell you why you can't lay that blame on Stefano. He's not the one that inserted a ridiculous clause in the contract and then doubled down by making another one on it that said, if we don't play finals footy...
When we don't play finals.
Yeah. And if you don't play Origin, you can go.
Yeah.
So what you've basically said to this kid in an unconscious biased way is, we're crap and we can't make you better because you were playing Origin and now you're not.
It's a fair point. I get it 100%.
So he didn't put that contract, he didn't put that clause in the contract. All he did was activate it. It's like when we got real mad at Blake Ferguson for leaving us all them years ago with the Ricky Stewart contract. But Cronulla put that in the contract.
They did, but much like the Blake Ferguson, I think he's gone about it the wrong way. He's come out and pushed for a big money contract publicly. Now, I know a lot of it's his agent, blah, 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 and played like, let's call it, he's relatively crap. He's been pretty goddamn awful since that comes in.
He hasn't been playing well.
And he hasn't put himself in the shot window. He's made Tigers fans think, well, let's go now. This is a bloke who did play Origin and probably should have played Origin this year if he's being serious.
The thing that I'll say about this is you haven't seen him in a paper, in front of a microphone, on the radio saying, I'm leaving. It's the talk that has come from the Tigers. Like, the Tigers released a statement to say that he's leaving.
I think that was the right thing to do, though, to be fair.
Yeah, again, I do. But the Tigers also released a statement to say, Stefano has let us know that he's going to the open market. You don't need to release a statement about that. They've played it out through the media just as much as his agent has. Yeah. And yet...
Well, I'm not defending the Tigers, not for one second.
Out of all of this, Stefano hasn't come out and said, I can't wait to leave.
He's shown it, though, with the way he's been terrible.
Yeah, but the Tigers, you could say that about anyone. You could say that Appy wants to leave. You could say that Dream Buller actually has been really good.
One player you could pick.
Yeah, you could say that about any of the Tigers players. They're probably down in tools to try and get another contract.
Yeah, I'm not going to stick up for Tigers in no way. I think he's done the best thing for his career, and I guarantee you he'll play Origin. Yeah. If not next year, the year after under Craig Bellamy.
I mean, he'll play for Australia.
Yeah, he's turned worse players than him into monsters. I'm fearful of what he'll do down there. Yeah. I just think the fact that the optics don't look good. No. He's leaving the Tigers. It got tough. He's like, well, see ya, and he's going to Melbourne. It doesn't look good, but I don't think he's going to care because he's going to have a mountain of cash. He's going to play finals football. He's going to get Origin jumpers. I don't blame him.
Now, Parramatta. Good win on the weekend.
Great win, yep.
They haven't kept the team under 20 points all year. And they were up 30-4 with 10 minutes to go. And the Warriors go and score 16 points. That's not what we're here to dump on them about.
We don't want to rub it in.
It's the same situation that the Tigers find themselves in, that all their good players are leaving. Now, Blaze Talangi, Jason Riles jumped straight on the phone to him and said, fullback spot's yours. We're going to sign your brother. You're a huge talent. We want you to be a part of the club going forward. And Blaze has gone, yeah, cool. Hangs up the phone, goes inside his defender. Now, on the back of Blaze Talangi having a breakout year this year. Young Charlie Geimer has debuted for the Eels and has asked for a release.
Yeah, supposedly. They shut it down real quick, which I think they had to. He's a good young talent. I'm a big fan.
And this is Ethan Saunders as well.
Yeah, going to
He's
Canberra,
going to Canberra.
Your three best young talents all went out of the club.
Yeah, and it sounds like as well as the players that are leaving, they're trying to push some players out of the club as well. I don't think Jason Riles is actually going about this the right way and pushing the players out when you go and have a look at the Drek that's off contract at the moment. Because they're going to end up with a Cory Horsburgh.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, they're going to end up with the scraps of the club, you know, and maybe Riles is going to come in and say, okay, 2 years of pain for long-term gain, but how often do you see a club like Parramatta that are going to give a rookie coach that amount of time?
That's true. And I mean, 2 years to go with 90 years or something, whatever it's approaching. They're asking, that team is too good to miss finals. They have an all-rep halves pairing. Dylan Brown is the New Zealand half, and Mitch Moses just won an Origin series. They've got 2 Origin props who are playing like filth. Ryan Madison, they're trying to drive out. Bryce Cartwright was on the purposes of Origin for a long time. They got all these kids coming through. I still maintain their centres are not good. I don't rate Will Penasini at all. That's very on record. He's a good player, but he's not great. They've got Lomax coming next year. They've got no hooker. Their fullback is a fantastic player. He's just on the wrong side of his career, but still was one of their best players on the weekend. There is nothing that says to me they should be in a wooden spoon battle with the Tigers, but they are. Something is going wrong there. I don't know what it is. I don't think Jason Riles knows what it is, but when you look at that, the real hotshot coach comes in and the 2 players, Saunders was gone, 2 young players look and go, nah, that's problematic.
See, I want to take you back to the beginning of the year of our ladder predictions. Now, you actually talked me into Parramatta being in the top 8, and I said to you, how were they going to be in the top 8 when they got worse?
Yep, big advocate. I'm sorry.
Now, I'm not as high on the Parramatta players as you are. I don't rate Sean Lane. I don't rate Will Penasini. I'm like you in that sense there. I like Clint Gutherson. He's all heart.
Yeah, king.
I don't rate Bryce Cartwright.
Fair enough.
A lot of, and then you have a look at the bench. I had them at 10th.
Yep.
This year.
You were still wrong though, to be fair.
Yeah, to be fair, I still, but not as wrong as you.
No,
you were 6th.
You were closer.
Yes.
I'll concede.
But yeah, they definitely shouldn't be in a wooden spoon battle. But you're probably going to see a few lean years there. And I mean, unless Jason Riles is a witch doctor and a miracle worker and a good coach, I think you're going to see a few lean years there. The thing that they have to stop, though, is the talent that's coming up from leaving. You can tap a 30-year-old Ryan Madison, Regan Campbell-Gillard, whoever you want on the shoulders and say, you're on the wrong side of 30, go and find a club that can win a premiership and take your cash there and go. But it's these superstars in the making like your Blaze Talungis that you need to turn around and go, under no circumstances are we going to release you? And don't give him a player option.
I was very critical on that.
Because, Blaze Talungi, Parramatta were like, no, he's on contract until 2025. They put his contract out. Yep. He's got a clause.
A kid who is a rookie who had not yet played an NRL game had a clause. That is an error.
And here's the thing. This is the conversation that was had with Blaze Talungi and his manager. You can be the fullback for Parramatta in a club that's going through a rebuild. Yep. It's going through a big transition. We've just lost our decade-long coach. It's going to go through a huge transition right now. But you can be the fullback for it. Or you can go and play 5'8" next to Nathan Cleary. What do you want to do? What are you going to do? And then Penrith turn around and go and throw in the sweetener. We'll also sign your brother.
So, yeah. Terry.
Talk to me, Dan.
Time to talk. Some black, white and blue.
4 from 4.
4 from 4. Jeez, the club. We cannot be stopped. Not the greatest performance of all time.
No.
But win, and that's all we wanted.
It was an absolute crap performance.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. Let's go. South were worse than we were good. But 2 points, baby.
There's some important factors that came out of this game. Some clubs around us lost that we needed to below us, right? Yep. At the moment, we're probably saying that the cap on our ceiling is 4th.
Yep.
Unless the Roosters
capitulate now.
Absolutely capitulate, right? Our ceiling, you're probably saying, is 4th.
Yep.
We got the win. on the weekend, and we also boosted our for and against more than Canterbury did.
Yep, yeah, good point.
Which is important. Manly got 2 points as well, but didn't touch their for and against.
Yep.
Who's in 7th?
Well, the Dolphins lost.
Yeah, the Dolphins.
The Dragons
lost.
did win, but
The Dragons, but they're for and against like minus 90.
Canberra lost. Which,
If Canberra had won, they would have jumped them with their minus 70 for and against that they have. So
crazy.
I think I think you can lock us in to the finals, right? But it's what path are you going to take? Because if you finish 5th, you host a game against the Dragons.
yeah,
If you finish 4th, you're going to Melbourne or Penrith. Yeah. But you're guaranteed week 2 of the finals against one of the lesser teams that you have. But you probably find yourself at Allianz against the Dogs.
yeah. Oh, look, either way, you just play finals football and let it work out.
A lot of people are running at me going, oh yeah, Cronulla are done in the finals. They're going to fall out in the first week, going to fall out in the second week. And then you have a look at who they support, and they support the Tigers, mate. You'd rather be in my shoes than me be in your shoes.
You got to make finals to win them.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of fan bases below us, obviously, that say, oh, you make finals every year and bowl me out. Oh, no.
No.
Dead set. Just be quiet. But on the weekend, it was okay. But
Win's a win.
we sat here last week and said we want a win no matter what the circumstance, and we got it, so we can't complain.
I think the very words that I said were, if you offered me a 2-point win against South Sydney, I'm taking it. We won by 14, I was pissed off.
Yeah, well, look, you look overall, and it wasn't a very good night. And especially it was cold and blah, blah, blah. But look...
Oh, you wouldn't know. You weren't there.
Yeah, I know, because it was cold. I made that decision. Going in, though, I was like, okay, I want to see a couple of things. I want to see Braden Trindle continue to go kaboom. He went kaboom. Unfortunately, in injury, we're going to see how much we missed him. I think he's our most important player right now, though. I want to see Will Kennedy come back in and play well. He played okay. He had his... I say he's the ultimate 6 out of 10 player because he can be an 8 or a 4 and not much in between.
I thought he was really good apart from that bomb in the first half.
Yeah.
I thought he was good.
There's moments with Kennedy, but I thought he was more good than...
His defence was good.
It was, and you won't hear much about that. I thought the forwards were okay. I thought the rotation was terrible. But I wanted to see Iro and Stone Street, obviously, go well on the left-hand side. Now, Sammy, if you're watching, big fan of the show, we love you.
Just let him put the ball down.
Just don't do what you tried to do. And he knew it. He knew he buggered it up.
I think he genuinely thought he scored a try, because when the ball was on the ground, his fingers were still on it.
Yeah.
But as Casey Badger shockingly rightly pointed out, the onus is on him to put some downward pressure, and there wasn't.
He knew when it was there, and he copped it, and he went back and scored again. They took it off him, not through his fault. Then he scored again. Lesser players would get in their own head and knock it on. But I was quite happy with Stone Street. Yeah, he made a couple of areas early, as young kids do. Let's be second game.
He's a 20-year-old kid in his second game of football.
Yeah, he was good.
Challenge anyone to go and watch Ronaldo's first game of football, because we have Ronaldo in such a spotlight. Sharks fans have Ronaldo in such a spotlight. We think he's a top 5 winger in the competition. Yep. You and I have said that he's got all the tools to be the best winger in the competition, and he does. Go and watch his first grade game, and then go and watch Sam Stone Street's first 2 games.
Yeah,
and I will take Stone Street's 2 games ahead of Ronaldo's. I know circumstances and everything. Ronaldo was going there to be the 18th man, blah, 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 whatever. Stone Street was good.
He was good, but for me, my man of the match and your second best on ground was Kale Iro. I just want to he was so good. He shifted position when there was an injury and was the best winger on the park by a mile. He was the best centre on the park because Ramian did some good things, but did some Jesse Ramian dumb things, as is tradition. But Iro was so good all game. His carries are ridiculous. His defence is so far improved from what we've seen in the past 2 years. And I saw so many people bag his passing. 2 try assists.
This is what I want to say. There's been a lot of criticism about Kale Iro, and he just seems to be shutting it up. The first was, and you and I are pretty vocal about this, that his defence in New South Wales Cup wasn't good enough. And then you go back and you kind of have a look that he had Tom Rodwell, and he had that other Jets contractor guy who lost us a grand final outside him. And he literally he was playing with park footballers.
He was.
So his defence has improved.
It's been great.
Then it was, will he make the meters that Sifa Talakai makes in a game? Yes.
He makes more.
Yes. Yep. He's actually averaging more meters per game than Sifa was in the centres. Will he be able to break the tackles that Sifa does? Yes. Then it's he doesn't get the try assists.
Yep.
Now he does.
He does. He doesn't score tries either.
Now he's scored in 3 games in a row. Yeah. He's got all the tools to be one of the most improved centres in the game to become a good to great centre in the game.
Another thing that I saw and copped in the groups was that Talakai had one run at centre and set up a try. Yeah, he did. Against Michael Cheekham, he didn't have to make a tackle, which was my issue. We call him soft hand Sif, the touch of Talakai.
Yeah.
He's brilliant at centre in attack, but he can't defend. And that's why he's been moved in the centres, where his defensive is much improved.
And I said the same thing in our Sharks group chat when they said, Talakai is still our best centre. I don't agree with that because I think Ramian's our best centre.
Yeah.
But you give me Euro's defence and speed over what Talakai can do because teams target Talakai.
They do.
You can't target Euro.
No, they can't. He's been utterly fantastic. It's worth remembering this is a kid in his second season. Had one game to his name before he came in this year.
Didn't play in 2023.
Yep. He's put Matt Timoko in his pocket twice. He's taken Katoni Staggs apart. He's beaten all these superstar centres. He went and made a mockery of South, made 200 metres, 1,000 post-contact metres. He was impossible to stop. And these aren't, he's off. These are running through. There were so many times where we were going nowhere and he'd take a hit up, make 12, 14, 16, 18 metres, get brought down and everyone would clap. And then they go on the forums and go, geez, Euro didn't do 6 chips and chases, so he's hopeless. I don't know what game you guys are watching, honestly. Yes, I'm a big fan, but let's leave this Euro nonsense apart. He was, for mine, the best player in the Sharks this weekend. I'll hear an argument for second best. No lower than that, though.
So you're saying he was the best player for the Sharks on the weekend?
Yes.
I'll give you Riley Pollard.
Oh, well.
It was unreal.
Loophole me.
Yeah, loopholed you. I went Trindle because I just think the way that he set the game up, his kicking game, he forced some repeat sets.
He did.
We don't do that all that often. Won us a drop out back as well. Scored his token try. My God.
5 in a row.
Yeah.
Yep. It's the first Sharks half to do that in about forever, I think.
Yeah, probably. I love it. I love the way that he's playing at the moment. Craig Fitzgibbon at the end of the game said it's precautionary and he could have stayed out there. We'll see how it comes out during the week. Sharks are really hopeless. They still haven't told us that Tukes broke his finger.
Yeah, that's not good.
Despite Tukes telling everyone at the ground that he broke his finger.
Yeah, and look, Jesse Colquhoun was listed as to be confirmed when he'd been playing 3 weeks for Newtown. So we'll wait on that one.
Happy birthday, Gaz.
Yep.
Fix your shit.
Yeah, fix your shit. Just quickly though, he did say, he being Fitz, said in the press conference that if Trindle's not ready to go, you might see Blake Bailey at half. No. You might see Puru at half. No. Just play with 12 men.
Look, Jaden Beryl played 6 for Newtown. No.
No, yeah, Billy McGulius played much better at 6 for Newtown.
No, look, if the option is Beryl plays 9 and Brayley plays 7, or Puru comes up, I'm taking the Beryl Brayley.
Yeah, I think
we can't go to the Gold Coast and do what we did to Melbourne because they're 2 different kinds of teams.
Yeah.
And we can't rely on Dan Atkinson. You need. I would put Brayley.
Yeah, me too. I'm okay either way.
I thought Brayley was pretty good on the weekend as well.
Brayley was fine. He went for a run. He did try and go for a run, drop that ball.
Yeah.
When I saw red, I thought, no, that's okay.
I thought he was pretty good.
But overall, not a bad evening.
Let's talk about the Newtown Jets. Got away with a...
They were 10-0 down against South.
Yeah, 38-16.
Although they're the defending premiers, are pretty damn hopeless.
They're horrible.
And then Newtown went bang, 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 bang. And we saw Ison, young Christian Dixon scored another double. He's too good. Let's get him a contract real quick, please. They were just real good. Puru played particularly well. Billy Burns was really good. I cannot believe he wasn't 18th man the other night for Cronulla, just quietly. But Newtown did the business and now sit 4th, 1 point off second spot with a bye in hand that none of the teams around us have. We're in a position now where we play teams around us for the next few weeks, so it's in our hands, which is exactly what you want. I'm pretty confident Newtown will play finals. What happens from then? Obviously need the Sharks to come back for the Newtown players to come back. The side we named on the weekend is probably not going to do a whole lot of damage in the finals, but a full-strength Newtown...
I'm not sure, they've beaten the Bulldogs.
Yeah, but
the Bulldogs are above us.
It was a much different team.
It wasn't because Puru was the main playmaker.
Yeah, but Rajab was there and Stone Street, and there were a couple other players.
Rajab will come back.
Hopefully. I don't know what's going on. Newtown fixed shit too.
Yeah,
but
get Newtown to fix their shit.
Look, I think Newtown having a wow of a season. I'm really, really impressed.
Now the Flegg team, they are just rampant at the moment. Another 48 points or 46 points.
They scored 50, didn't they? 56.
Was it?
Pretty sure they went over 50. Yeah,
I didn't think they quite got 50.
Well, someone fact check us. I don't care. I was excited.
Yeah,
Pollard.
I was pretty excited as well. Riley Pollard was awesome. They are 8th, I think, 3 points out of where they go. They've got a tough game coming up.
They do.
And then pretty easy run.
Yeah, again, it's in our hands-ish. We do need a few results to go away. But if you said to me 8 weeks ago, we're going to be sitting where we are, I was like, oh, what's gone wrong with everyone else?
Yeah, 8 or 9 weeks ago, we had won 2 games.
Yep. So we're flying. Everything's coming good at the right end, hopefully. And of course, the girls started 2-0 for the first time in their long 2-year history. We won the first game last year and lost the next 3, I think. So it's good to see.
This was a tough game against a much improved Parramatta side.
Much different side.
Now, I watched this game. I was eager with all my daughters. We sat down and we watched this game. And the first thing they said was, geez, they play like the men. I said, what do you mean? They said, they just can't hold the ball.
Yeah. Well,
drop-a-thon.
Your kids are right. Yeah.
And Nessa Biddle was going to have nightmares of that try that she bombed, but then she scored the match winner,
yeah,
which was
so,
awesome.
it's the way you get it.
Jada Taylor, unfortunate injury. I don't know why we took Quincy Dodd off.
They tend to give her a rest and put Brooke there and bring Quincy back.
Can't do that.
Just can't do that?
Because the minute we went, we got the momentum back against Parramatta, and then Dodd went off, and then Taylor got injured, and we kind of had no spark, right? And Emma Totogato was already missing, so there was a lot of weight put on Taylor Preston's shoulders.
Yeah.
Now, Taylor Preston is an okay halfback in this competition because she's got a superstar fullback, she's got a really good number 9, and she's got a superstar 6, but they were all off the field, and it was Taylor Preston and nothing else.
They targeted her, and she made a few crucial errors.
And young Hanaway, who was second game of rugby league.
She'll be better for it. I don't
got found out a little bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't put my hat on that performance too much. I wouldn't be worried. The forwards were very, very good. Ellie Johnson is a legitimate.
When we get the Johnson Johnston combination next year, you watch out. But congratulations, 2-0.
Yeah. Top of the table.
Yeah. Up there, thereabouts.
We
have to be.
Couldn't do anything more.
But yeah, it'll be a good season for them.
Yep. Hopefully, Jada, if you need a knee, you can have mine over too.
Don't ask for mine. They're terrible.
No, yours are worse.
Yeah.
But,
Dan,
talk to me, Terry.
let's have some top sport tips.
Favourite time of the week.
We've tipped over $150 worth of losses.
You're welcome.
This year. Tristan is going to match that. As we said, producer Dids is going to double it, which is awesome.
Both our fans are going to...
Yeah, all the fans are getting Mum, Mr. Nichols, please combine. No, we will go out to everybody as well, but we're doing this for a great cause. So, with that being said, we haven't put the ladder up for a while.
Nope.
I've been a little bit lazy.
That's fine.
That's cool, because I don't want to embarrass you.
No, that's...
I will eat the lunch that you are going to shout, though. This is going to be great.
Fair enough.
Speaking of great, Rugby League will be back on Thursday. Bunnies hosting the Storm.
Ooh.
Now, the Bunnies couldn't play any worse than they did.
Is that a challenge?
So you think. And the Storm.
They couldn't play any worse.
They lost to the Dragons. Is it a case of fear the wounded Storm?
Yes.
Or is it a case of the Storm may be done?
No.
No?
No.
I also heard that the way that Hughes and Wishart were playing, that Cam Munster should go back to the bench.
Fair enough.
Fair?
they were leading the comp.
Yeah. On that note, I do not have it in me to tip South Sydney.
No, me neither. You couldn't pay me enough. Melbourne by plenty.
Friday, 6 o'clock, up at Gold Coast.
Ooh,
this is a game where 10 weeks ago I was calling it a gift 2 points, and now I fear for what the Titans are going to do to the Sharks. They are in real good form at the moment.
Couple of big scores.
Yeah, got a couple of injury crisis coming up at the moment. We've got to see Sam Stone Street didn't get charged.
Good. Not should he, but yeah.
Wait to see what happens with Trindle, but even if he plays, I am going to take the Titans.
Yeah, look, I have had a bit of luck tipping the Titans lately, so I'm going to stick with it, plus jinx. They're a fun football team to watch. I love that Kenny, love Campbell. Just hope they both have shockers this week.
The ghost of Kieran Foran, they have got probably the 2 best wingers in the competition on form at the moment.
Yeah, it's hard to argue.
Yeah,
probably the fastest wingers.
Alofi Khan, well, George Rafi's not really fast, he's just sick.
Yeah, fair enough.
Alofi Khan Pereira, the fastest player in NRL to get to 40 tries in 39 games, the quickest to ever do it. Some geezer back in the 30s who did it in 31 games. That's insane.
It's pretty good.
That is insane. The fact that, the modern game these days of how
different.
professional our game is, and this guy's still done it in 39 games. On a really average Titans team, like hasn't played finals in 2 years and going out and scoring a bucket load of tries.
He's free.
Titans. 8 o'clock out at Combank Stadium.
Ooh.
I don't know who's the home team between the Eels and the Panthers. That's a joke because Panthers don't have a home ground next year. The Eels are technically hosting the Panthers.
Notoriously good at taking jokes, the Penrith fan base.
Yeah.
Sure they'll react accordingly. Yeah, good point. Speaking of jokes, how bad are they?
Penrith are going to flog them.
Yeah. Although, Parramatta often beat them, unless it matters. But
Penrith are going to flog them.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you're not.
They're going to beat the daylights out of them. 3 from 3 for us.
Fair enough.
Right, Super Saturday starts down in the nation's capital with the Raiders clinging on to 10th.
So close, yep.
Life support.
It's where you want to be.
It's where you want to be. Hosting Manly.
This could be low-key the game of the round. Both teams are capable of some absolute dross.
Yep.
Some amazingness or some in-betweenness. I'm hoping it's like just 40 to 38. I don't care who wins.
We had a couple of them on the weekend.
Yeah, we did, and I enjoyed all of them.
Yeah, I really enjoyed all of it. You give me a high-scoring game over like a 10-6.
Yeah, even if it's a good one. I don't care. Manly for me. They're the away team. They're coming back. This is boring, but yeah,
this is boring. I'll let you tip some other teams later, but yeah, I had Manly in my head for this
completely
one as well. 5:30 up at Country Bank Stadium, the North Queensland Cowboys up against the Brisbane Broncos. I think we're going to tip the same here.
Probably.
Yeah. Cowboys
I hate it. The Cowboys.
Cowboys to inflict more misery on the Broncos.
Yep, Brisbane are officially little brother now.
They're done. I think if the Cowboys win this game as well, they will leapfrog and become the favourites for the Forex Cup.
Yeah, makes sense. Yep. Good on them.
We'll have an update for that next weekend as well.
Bated breath.
And this is going to be a great game on Saturday night, 7:30. The Dragons are hosting the Canterbury Bulldogs.
Okay.
The Dragons have got everything in their season to fight for. The Dogs have got everything in their season to fight for because they want to play top four.
Yep.
Top four in the finals footy. The Dragons just want to play finals footy. Shout out to Scotty who said anyone who tipped the Dragons for the wooden spoon. That was us.
Yeah, that was us. He was real quick.
He was real quick.
As is he right, just quietly. Yeah.
I think Shane Flanagan's done a real good job, and I think that the coach of the year is down Flanagan and Serraldo.
Yeah. Whoever wins this game.
I think it's going to go to Serraldo, though, because they're probably going to finish a little bit higher on the ladder. That said, Wynn Stadium, is it Wynn or Cogra? Who cares? The Dragons, their season's on the line. I believe in Shane Flanagan.
You can tip him?
No. Yes. I'll tip him because we need to go different.
Okay, well, I'll go the Dogs then. I was going to anyways.
We need to go different.
Wouldn't shock me.
I was going to go the Dogs, but we'll go different.
It wouldn't shock me if the Dragons do get up. But in that set, not for me.
Yeah, please, Dragons. Come on, do something. Don't be useless. Sunday, 2 o'clock. Somewhere in Queensland. Somewhere in Australia because they don't have a location. Yeah. This game could be played at Wellington, Timbuktu. Who knows? Are playing the Warriors. The Vista?
This will be fun.
Yeah.
Warriors pretty hopeless on the weekend.
They were.
They can be so bad.
Yeah, and then
tradition.
For 16 minutes they can be really good.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Right, the Dolphins, this is their last chance to get... I do think that the Dogs are going to beat the Dragons on the weekend, right? I do think the Dogs are going to beat the Dragons on the weekend, so this is going to give them the opportunity to get back into the top 8. They have to take advantage of it.
Yep.
I want them to win. I'm going to pick the Warriors.
Yep, well, I'll go the Dolphins, as is the way we've done it. Yep, that's all good. This will be fun.
Yeah.
Low-key potential game of the round, or could be an absolute...
Yeah, I really, really... the fanboy in me wants the Dolphins to make the finals.
Yeah, it's nice.
So I will not jinx them. Jinx.
Good.
And I'll tip the Warriors.
Completely fair.
Oh, shit. How did this get the Channel 9 marquee game of the weekend? Up at McDonald Jones Stadium, the Newcastle Knights are hosting the West Tigers. Why? Why does Rugby League hate me?
Yeah, this is whatever I've done. Surely we are even now.
Yeah, surely. I am... I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
Because I'm an idiot.
Yeah. Own worst enemy. This is...
I'm going to tip the Knights, so you tip the Tigers.
I'll tip the Tigers.
Hey everyone, thank you for tuning to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws, brought to you by the good people at Top Sport. Don't forget to like and subscribe everywhere you can.
Can I just
like button,
jump in and beg for subscriptions?
Please.
My friend said he'll beat me if we don't get subscriptions this week. I don't know what we're at, but we need 1 million. We're close.
Yeah, we're very
so if we could just get a few subscriptions, it takes literally 3 seconds. Make your own jokes. Just please.
Bag us. Do what you need to do.
Just to subscribe.
We just want to get in front of more people.
I'm subscribe.